Ah, verdad. Vamos a comer. ¿Cómo se llama esto? Se me fue el nombre. Estos son guajes.
Guaje.
Guajes. ¿Les gustan los guajes?
Parecen los chícharos tiernos.
Esto lo comen los indios.
¿Qué, los chícharos o esos?
No, los guajes.
Los guajes. Guajes. Son buenos los
Como el
guajes.
nopal. Me dicen allá, ¿sí te gustan los nopales? Yo te digo, por eso que me junté con una india que comía nopales y me hace comer los nopales.
Ay, él muy francés,
Español.
muy español.
Es que la mamá de mis hijos es de Chiapas. Y en Chiapas comen muchas verduras, muchas cosas así. Nopales, otro que se llama
Let me introduce you to my new internet partner. At the start of this video, the internet partner, Jessica. Now, Jessica is from Oaxaca. She lives in Monterey, and she speaks Spanish, and she speaks Zapoteca. In Mexico, there's 68 different languages. There are 28 states and 68 different languages. And Mexico is one of the most mountainous countries in the world. I think Afghanistan is more mountainous, but other than that, Mexico is up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And so there are many cultures in Mexico because it's so mountainous. And when I first got to Mexico, well, I've been going back and forth for years, but in the last 3 years of continuously staying in Mexico, I tried to start a YouTube channel, and where someone would speak to me in Spanish, I would speak to them in Spanish, and we would explore Spanish and English together and explore the culture and maybe travel. And I had one woman in mind, very attractive lady, you know, and I put her on my thumbnail forever because she helped me out so much in Mexico. She was just an absolute angel to me. But when I introduced her to the YouTube channel, she said no. She said I don't want to do that. And one of the reasons you don't want to do that in Mexico is because it can be dangerous. Mexican influences. She got a teddy bear delivered to her, and it was a message that said that we have something very special for you, and and she became unalived as a result of the special message that the guy had for her. So any form of notoriety in Mexico can lead to your demise. And one of the advantages in the Philippines is that you don't have that element. You know, Generally, criminal organizations are not going to eliminate you because you're on YouTube. In Mexico, that does happen. So people have a tendency not to want to be on YouTube. Now, for me, that's an element of jealousy because I'm thinking for 3 years, wow, this is terrible. Why don't I just go to Brazil? Or why don't I just go to Brazil or go to the Philippines and just, at least I can find someone who's willing to be on YouTube. But I have a little job here. So, and the little job is going to go for 2 more years. So, guaranteed income versus maybe some income. So it was more important to get the guaranteed income than the maybe income that could occur on YouTube. Well, I tried another lady, a gym girl, and she's perfect for YouTube, absolutely perfect, and she could turn this into fitness. She could run a fitness channel, And I mean, she's pretty, she's fit. I mean, great 10K, great squat, great bench press, rope climbing. She had everything, but she was scared. She didn't want to do it. So asked another lady, blonde, green, blue contact eyes, Anglican features. Looks like she's from England, not from necessarily from Mexico. And no English, but a perfect, perfect, beautiful Spanish. And she could really twist a phrase. She could really twist a phrase. Many of the things that she says, I go directly to Suno and write a song because she is so, her Spanish is so beautiful, her juxtaposition of words. But no, she said no. And the original lady, which I forgot to mention this, what she decided to do was go to Puente Uno and stand there with a sign and just beg. She was at one time one of the most beautiful women in Nuevo Laredo. She had a clientele like you just plain simply couldn't believe. I mean, men just absolutely loved her. Great dancer. She had all of the qualities. Now she's sitting here, pardon me. Now she's sitting here, barely a tooth in her mouth, looking terrible. Huele como mierda y mierda. And I mean, it's all over but the crying for her. So now, even if she wants to be on YouTube, she doesn't have any presentation left. Well, so this lady that started the video, Jessica, marvelous person. And what she's talking about is a problem in Mexico, particularly in northern Mexico. And the problem is that it's a very short growing season, which is surprising. And the growing season is going to be 6 weeks. So it's bifurcated. So it's going to be 3 weeks during the fall. There's really no fall. And it's going to be 3 weeks during the spring. That's it. So everything has 3 weeks to grow, and that's it. And anything that does grow is going to be truncated. It's going to be small. It's going to be tiny. So can't really grow up a garden. But I'm accustomed to gleaning. But I didn't know what to glean. So a lady called me and she said that she didn't have anything to eat and asked me to bring her some food over. So I brought her some food over. And she said, well, I can contribute to this meal. And so she pulled out these. And she took this, just as you see Jessica doing in the video. She took this and she handed me these seeds. Well, the lady who used to live next door told me that these were edible. Didn't believe her because I didn't know what part of the tree was edible. They're from a tree. But the whole thing is edible. But people just eat the seeds. I eat the whole thing because you can make it with rice and it tastes like, to me, it tastes like watermelon rind. And I don't like the inside of the watermelon, the red part, but I like the rind. The rind is really good. So this lady said, okay, try this. And I tried it. It was excellent. And it solved the problem. How I can get vegetables into my diet based upon gleaning in northern Mexico without having to have to go to the supermarket. So I can just walk right outside on the patio and look and say, okay, I can eat that. So that's the problem that this solved. So now I still have a garden, but if the garden doesn't grow because it's too hot, that's okay, because I can still go outside and glean. Okay, well, when it comes to food and the culinary arts, you got Mexico, you got Italia, you got India, you got China, you got Nepal, Vietnamese, Vietnam, Thailand, France. Those are generally or Russia also. Those are generally going to be the top countries in terms of cuisine. Italia won the premio this year for the best food. And generally it's gonna, one country is gonna advance to the other. Well, the region that drives food in Mexico is Oaxaca. And so Jessica is Oaxacana and she's Zapotecana. So she's basically native Mexicana. So she speaks Zapoteca. So she brings an entirely different element than someone who is, let's say they're just pure Castilian and they just speak Castilian Spanish and they just speak Spanish. Okay, she's bilingual. So she brings an entirely different flavor. And one of the things you have to understand in Mexico is that you'll be standing in line and someone will hear your accent and then they'll say, hey, I speak another language too, because many Mexicans are bilingual and they'll speak to you in one of the native languages. I know a girl and she speaks in Mexicali and I'd say, hey, come on YouTube and teach Mexicali. She hasn't done it yet, but maybe one day she will. So you'll get introduced to that particular dialect. But Jessica can introduce you to Zapoteca. So she is talented, an attractive lady, but she's talented also. She knows how to present on YouTube far better than I do. And so I want to introduce you to her. And she is talking about practical problems in Oaxaca. And Oaxaca is known for its mole. So everyone in Mexico wants mole from Oaxaca. And everyone in Mexico wants chapulina from Oaxaca. And everyone in Mexico wants the mariscos from Oaxaca. Oaxaca is literally what drives Mexican cuisine. Not tacos like everybody thinks. Not what's that? Res de vaca. Res de vaca. Come on. Carne asado. Carne asado is known throughout Mexico, but Oaxaca isn't just about carne asada, even though they do have carne asada. But Oaxaca is gonna deal with vibra, the serpente, the cobra. They're gonna they know exactly how to eat rattlesnake, lizard, maguey. Um, so Jessica and I are going to actually travel Monterey, Oaxaca, Brazil, Filipinas, parts of the United States, because she has that level of talent that is worth traveling to new places and having actual experiences, not just putting cameras on women. I mean, she's attractive enough that she has very attractive friends, and so sometime or another, one of her friends might be on camera, and you can see that legitimately they are very, 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 very attractive. So you're not going to miss anything. And it took 3 years to develop this type of a relationship with someone who's talented, beautiful, and bilingual like Jessica. Takes time. It's not like the Philippines. Philippines is automatic. You get off the jet and you're gonna meet somebody that has Tagalog, Cebuano, English, and Chavacano. I mean, and you might only speak English, or you might only speak Spanish, you might only speak French, or you might, only speak Russian. And so you're not going to really be able to appreciate the range and versatility of a Filipina. I mean, a Filipina is, I like to say, is a can-do motherfucker. They can do some stuff. Well, Jessica is basically a Filipina that's in Mexico. She knows how to climb mountains. You go down to the river and she knows exactly how to wash the clothes in the river. Anything that a Mexicana can do, Jessica can do. And they're basically the same people. They're the same people. Native Americans crossed the Bering Strait, same people. Exact same people. Same qualities. So you don't miss anything watching a channel with Jessica. And it allows you to say to yourself, do I want to go all the way to the Philippines? Because I can show you woman after woman after woman that looks just like she's a Filipina in Mexico. Identica. Identica. Then the only difference is that she speaks Spanish. And you might have a preference to say, okay, the Filipinas speak Spanish, so that's easier. I mean, the Filipinas speak English, so that's easier. That's understandable. I understand that. Let me say this, and then I'm gonna, stay tuned. Jessica and I are gonna go everywhere together. And she's going to be a great YouTube presentator. I'm honored to know such a person. And let me say this. Calvin, Mateos, y todos de ustedes que están en las Filipinas, yo